Netflix's October lineup is bursting with gory goodness to usher in Halloween, but the streaming workhorse isn't a one-trick pony. So you can also fill up on brand new comedy, action, drama, and new seasons of your favorite TV shows, including the hotly anticipated Stranger Things Season 2. Here's everything coming to Netflix in October 2017. Rodney Carrington, Here Comes the Truth. Musician-comedian Rodney Carrington has made a name for himself through his crude stand-up, infused with country music ballads. And he's been touring again in summer 2017 with his brand new routine, Here Comes the Truth. If you haven't been able to see Carrington's show live, it's coming as a Netflix exclusive on October 3rd. The Bonus Family, Season 1. This popular Swedish series was earmarked for global distribution by Netflix in early 2017 and rebranded as a Netflix original everywhere outside of Sweden, marking another fantastic foreign acquisition that, let's be honest, nobody else would have ever heard of if not for the streaming service. This dramedy series centers on 4 divorcees who find new spouses and new stepchildren. Only in Sweden, stepmothers and stepfathers are actually called bonus moms and bonus dads. Netflix picked up distribution rights for the first 2 seasons, so while only the first season is dropping on October 5th, chances are you'll be able to find the second season on Netflix sometime soon afterward. The Death and Life of Marsha P. Johnson. For those who don't know, Marsha P. Johnson was an activist and transgender woman who was an instrumental figure in the gay rights movement for decades. On July 6, 1992, her body was found floating in the Hudson River, sparking one of the most hotly debated investigations in recent history. Although police initially ruled Johnson's death a suicide, public outcry and a steadily mounting pile of evidence forced police to reopen her case in 2012 to determine if she had, in reality, been murdered and dumped in the river. The new Netflix documentary, The Death and Life of Marsha P. Johnson, takes a hard look at that investigation and the circumstances leading up to Johnson's untimely death. Cue it up on October 6th. Suburra, Season 1. This crime thriller marks Netflix's first Italian-language original series. But don't let the subtitles hold you back. This series looks to be packed with criminal intrigue, political corruption, and all the dirty laundry you'd expect from a mob story set in the heart of Rome. The series will serve as a prequel to the 2015 film of the same name, and if it's anywhere near as good as that movie, Suburra may become a modern crime classic. Plus, because it's a prequel, it's a safe bet that viewers will be able to jump in even if they haven't seen the movie. The first season drops October 6th. Christina P., Mother Inferior. Comedian Christina Pachitsky has been making waves in the stand-up scene lately, although she's still probably best known for her podcast, Your Mom's House. Hopefully her Netflix stand-up special, Mother Inferior, which premieres on October 10th, will change that and introduce Pachitsky to a wider audience. Fede Etarras. October seems to be the month of foreign language originals. In addition to Suburra, Netflix is premiering Fede Etarras, a Spanish comedy film about an unlikely group of people stuck in an apartment waiting for a mysterious phone call. That's about as vague of a premise as you're likely to find, but if you're in the mood for something a little outside the box, you can queue up Fede Etarras when it hits Netflix worldwide on October 12th. Kingdom of Us. Take a step inside small-town America with Kingdom of Us, a poignant documentary chronicling the shattered lives of 7 siblings whose world was torn apart when their father committed suicide. Through candid interviews and home videos, Kingdom of Us pieces together the bond this family shared with their father and the long road ahead of them as they try to deal with the tragedy of his loss. It's guaranteed to be an emotional, painful ride, but there may just be hope on the horizon. Experience all the highs and lows alongside the Shanks family on October 13th. Mindhunter Season 1. From creator Joe Penhall, Mindhunter is an all-new Netflix original that follows FBI profiler Holden Ford, played by Jonathan Groff, as he gets inside the heads of serial killers to bring them to justice. The series premiere is directed by David Fincher, virtually ensuring a dark, twisted kickoff to a series that dives into the minds of the most notorious psychopaths of the 20th century. Holt McCallany and Fringe's Anna Torv co-star. Get ready to binge on the insanity when the first season hits on October 13th. Voltron, Legendary Defender Season 4. Just 2 months after Season 3 hit Netflix, the streaming service is bringing in the 4th season of its hit animated series Voltron, Legendary Defender. The same cast returns to voice the colorful paladins of Voltron, and the Season 4 picks up right where the 3rd left off, with a team of heroes working to stop their nemesis' evil plan. Check in for more of the fast-paced action on October 13th. The Meyerowitz Stories. So far, Adam Sandler's Netflix films haven't done much to impress either critics or audiences. But that streak may end with The Meyerowitz Stories, which sees Sandler headlining once again with a supporting cast that includes Dustin Hoffman and Ben Stiller, to name a few. With writer-director Noah Baumbach of The Squid and the Whale at the helm, we're hoping this installment in the Sandler-verse will play the laughs more low-key than some of Sandler's previous films, and deliver a compelling story at the same time. So far, early critical response has been overwhelmingly favorable. Check it out on October 13th. The Babysitter. Netflix original horror comedy The Babysitter follows a 12-year-old boy named Cole who finds out that his super hot babysitter happens to be a satanic killer. And now that Cole knows her secret, he'll have to kill or be killed to survive the night. Directed by McGee from a script by Brian Duffield, The Babysitter premieres on Friday, October 13th. Patton Oswalt, Annihilation. You've got to love Patton Oswalt, and the affable everyman is back on October 17th with a new one-hour stand-up special. In Annihilation, Oswalt gets more personal than ever before as he works the pain and loss of his wife's recent passing into a new, intimate stand-up set. If you want to see Patton Oswalt as you've never seen him, tune in for Annihilation and be prepared for both laughs and tears along the way. The Day I Met El Chapo, the Kate Del Castillo story. Told as a 3-part miniseries, The Day I Met El Chapo chronicles the fateful interview between one of history's most vicious drug lords and A-list Mexican actress Kate Del Castillo. Castillo will star in the series as well as produce, and the documentary will draw from real-life footage of the meeting and the planning in the days and weeks leading up to the interview with the cartel kingpin. Get a closer look at the true story on October 20th. Wheelman. Strap in for high-stakes action and an adrenaline-filled thrill ride when Wheelman drops on Netflix on October 20th. Starring Frank Grillo as the wheelman in the title, the story centers on a driver for a band of bank robbers who gets double-crossed on a job. With the lives of his family at stake, he'll stop at nothing to find the truth and bring the backstabber to justice. It's kill or be killed, and hopefully this feature film debut from writer-director Jeremy Rush will deliver all the pulse-pounding action promised in the Wheelman trailer. 1922. Between his Castle Rock series, a Mist series, The Dark Tower, Netflix Gerald's Game, and oh yeah, It, Stephen King is experiencing a big screen resurgence in a big way. King's next story to hit Netflix is 1922, starring Thomas Jane as a rancher in the early 20th century who convinces his son to help him murder his wife. If the film takes the same cues as the source novel, 1922 will hopefully turn out to be a tense thriller fused with paranoia of the worst kind. Check it out on October 20th. Haters Back Off Season 2. Based on a YouTube channel called Miranda Sings, created by Colleen Ballinger, Haters Back Off is a satirical look at YouTube fame and everyone who wants a piece of that pie, with or without any discernible talent. This Netflix original first hit the streaming service in 2016 and stars Ballinger in a continuation of her YouTube persona, Miranda Sings, a self-centered, eccentric girl who thinks she's good at everything when she really isn't. Look for Season 2 on October 20th. One of Us. This documentary certainly comes with an interesting premise. It's about 3 Hasidic Jews living in a strict religious community in New York who decide to leave that world behind. Abandoning everything they've ever known, they face hate and violence from both the outside world and their former community. One of Us promises to be a slicing portrait of religious intolerance and the struggle to live with all the cards stacked against you. Look for it on October 20th. Joan Didion, The Center Will Not Hold. Novelist, journalist, and screenwriter Joan Didion became the voice of the counterculture through her stories and essays, published throughout the 60s and 70s, all the way up to the present day. The documentary, The Center Will Not Hold, travels back in time across Didion's extraordinary life to explore how a young writer became a pop culture icon and literary legend. Take the ride on October 27th. Stranger Things Season 2. After a groundbreaking first season followed by a painful year-long wait, Stranger Things is finally back with Season 2, and things promise to get even hairier in the Upside Down this time around. Executive producer Sean Levy told Variety that the stakes are even higher in our next visit to the town of Hawkins, as if we needed any more incentive to tune in when Stranger Things Season 2 drops October 27th. Judah Friedlander, America is the greatest country in the United States. With his deadpan delivery, ironic punchlines, and big shaggy beard, Judah Friedlander is definitely a unique face in the stand-up world. Although most people likely know him best from his role as Frank in 30 Rock, Friedlander's new stand-up special, America is the Greatest Country in the United States, takes a stab at the American way of life, lampooning everything from racism to foreign policy. According to Friedlander, the special will premiere on Netflix on October 31st, although Netflix maintains that it will air on the 30th. Either way, it'll arrive just in time to help you ease those late-night jitters after all those horror movies you'll probably be watching this month. New movies. It wouldn't be a proper October without a new lineup of horror and thriller movies, and Netflix is bringing in some brand new shockers like 13 Demons, The Survivalist, and Cult of Chucky out October 3rd, followed by 2017's cannibal thriller Raw the day after. For more down-to-earth thrills, this month is seeing the addition of Blood Diamond and Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, both of which arrive October 1st. Additionally, Donnie Darko arrives October 11th, and Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight is shooting for an October 25th premiere. For more casual viewing, look for the addition of several cult classic comedies, like 1996's Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Do we have a problem? Huh?
On top of that, Netflix is bringing in Eagle vs. Shark, an offbeat indie comedy directed by Taika Waititi and starring Jermaine Clement, the same comedic duo who brought us What We Do in the Shadows. Both films arrive October 1st, along with I Love You Man, Tommy Boy, and both Miss Congeniality movies. Netflix documentary game has been off the charts lately, and October is set to continue that trend. On October 1st, look for Generation Iron, Ice Guardians, and Tokyo Idols. Later in the month, get your music fix with back-to-back biopics, Mr. Dynamite, The Rise of James Brown, and Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life, premiering on October 2nd and 7th, respectively. Finally, what's Halloween without family time? For the younger generation of trick-or-treaters, Netflix is bringing on such family fare as A Cinderella Story, Once Upon a Song, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and 2017 Smurfs: The Lost Village, to name a few. New television. Stranger Things may be the highlight of Netflix's new series, but that doesn't mean there won't be plenty of other new shows and seasons to binge in the coming month. Highlights include Season 2 of Clever Man on October 1st, Season 3 of Schitt's Creek on October 5th, and the first season of the serial adaptation of Stephen King's The Mist on October 24th, which follows new characters caught in the same mysterious mist that terrorized the cast of the 2007 film. Also arriving on October 24th are the first 2 seasons of Wanted, the acclaimed Australian drama series about 2 strangers who find themselves drawn together during a murder investigation.
It's never gonna stop chasing us. Take my way out!
Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.